Hey guys! So, some people believe that people don't ever change. Unfortunately, after looking at some Hollywood celebrities, you won't be saying that anymore. Hollywood's been dabbling in plastic surgery, and it's led to many of the beloved faces noticeably transforming over the years. And while some celebrities spend tons of money on looking young, others don't really seem to care about their appearance. So then you get all these baby-faced retirees looking extremely absurd. Fighting time is futile, but staying in good shape is worthwhile for everyone. So no one looks 20 at 50 years old. Here's Brendan Fraser. He doesn't look like the young, handsome man that he was back in 1997 when he was in the movie George of the Jungle. Now, he's completely unrecognizable. But fans defend him since he's gone through some tough times. No one would blame him for putting on a few pounds and actually looking his age. And a lot of time has passed since his hit film came out. In 1998, Brendan married Afton Smith and they had 3 sons. 10 years later, they filed for divorce. It was a messy one, as usually these Hollywood divorces are. And soon thereafter, Brendan went to court to decrease his alimony payments. He said he couldn't afford spending $900,000 a year to support his ex-wife and children. And that's probably true, since all the actor had left from his former glory was the small hope of another Mummy sequel. But his ex-wife blamed the actor for decreasing their funds. Additionally, Brendan underwent several surgeries for injuries received during his films. Now, due to all of this, the actor fell into a depression, and the extreme changes to his appearance made the actor a laughingstock. Mickey Rourke is the prime example of what can happen to a person who isn't careful with their appearance. As one of the highest-paid actors of the 1980s, and a sex symbol after 9.5 Weeks and Wild Orchid, he broke off from the Hollywood system in the 90s and returned to his favorite childhood sport, professional boxing. This turned his former beautiful face into ground beef. Rourke had 4 concussions, a cheek fracture, a broken nose 5 times, and a broken arm 6 times, making him lose feeling in his fingers. His coordination was damaged and made him stop boxing. However, no one was really waiting for Rourke in Hollywood, especially since the actor was widely known for his lack of discipline and tendency to drink. A series of painful plastic surgeries, including a facelift, a hair transplant, and many others, didn't bring Mickey his beautiful face back, but instead made him look ridiculous. Mickey said all these changes were to, quote, restore his face, but he went to the wrong guy, unquote. Nevertheless, Rourke was a real fighter and athlete and has always been in good physical shape. So he didn't have to wait long for recognition after his return and was nominated for Best Actor at the Oscars for his film, The Wrestler. I get upset when I see myself in my old movies. It's terrible to watch yourself getting worse, the actor said. Having started to make money again, Rourke prefers active attempts to restore his former appearance. He had new surgeries and surprisingly looks much better. Although looking like he did is probably impossible now, since Rourke is already over 60. Turning him back into a 30-year-old would be impossible for any surgery. Sylvester Stallone has been enjoying special procedures chasing after his fleeting youth since the 1990s. And Sly got away with it for a long time. He did his surgery right and the public didn't suspect anything. But the second half of the 2000s saw a surgery go wrong, resulting in the actor's face seriously swelling and losing its former shape forever. Fans had to come to terms with the action star's new face. The only thing left in Stallone's current face of the 80s superstar is his eyes. Now, unfortunately, Sylvester didn't learn his lesson and might still be hoping to restore his former appearance. Considering how he changes in public photos from year to year, beauty injections, plastic surgery, facelifts, and Botox seems to still occupy an important place in the actor's life. Stallone regularly spends big sums on these procedures. Now, a little puffiness still isn't being replaced with attractive wrinkles. The experiments continued even when he was over 70. Even now, the Iron Rambo hopes a miracle will happen and he'll be reborn as the young, muscular man with sad eyes that drove women from all over mad. If his muscles are still in good shape and he hasn't put on any extra weight by 74, then the rest of his wishes are still fairly sad. His speech at the Cannes Film Festival closing with his wife and daughter created a sad impression. His face was more like an immobile mask, which leaves us hoping that he stops now or else he won't even be recognized in the next Rocky. Cameron Diaz is now a caring mother. She and her husband Benji Madden are raising their daughter Radix. She was the result of surrogacy and was born on December 30th, 2019. They decided not to hire a nanny and to raise her themselves. Their parental roles became their main work because they want to always be with their baby. The actress was able to afford quitting movies since she made a few million over her successful career and was actually in the top 10 highest paid actresses in Hollywood. Now, she isn't ashamed of her wrinkles or sagging face, but fans who remember Cameron young and enchanting in her Hollywood hits were a little surprised by her current appearance. She was on a social media stream recently. Diaz was talking to her makeup artist online. They discussed makeup techniques and self-care secrets. Fans listened and actively commented on the star's appearance. Many said she had a lot of wrinkles on her forehead and crow's feet, and that her face was sagging. Remember, Cameron used Botox before and seriously regrets it. It really changed my face for the worse. I don't want to do that again. I'd rather look in the mirror and see an aging face than a face that doesn't suit me anymore. Matthew Perry came to fame thanks to the 1990s series Friends. Along with his fame came the celebrity sickness, a feeling of recklessness. Matthew started taking drugs during filming. He was able to hide his problem from his co-stars, but the truth came out soon after. We know he stopped talking to his friends' co-stars, including Courtney Cox, and didn't even say hello when they met. Unfortunately, we have to acknowledge that the 52-year-old actor's problems with drugs have lasted almost as long as his fame. It seems his problems started back in 1997 when he started taking Vicodin after a wave runner accident. In the same year, he put himself into the Hazelden Foundation Rehab Center in Minnesota, when what he's called the scariest thing to ever happen to him happened next. The once sex symbol praised for his acting, intelligence, and wordplay that he used successfully when writing Friends scripts has recently frequently disappointed his fans by his clearly neglectful attitude towards his appearance. He looks unkempt and much older than his age. These were the main reasons since recently publicly admitted that he was an alcohol and drug addict for about 30 years. Sometimes while acting in Friends, he would drink about a quart of liquor and take up to 30 pills a day. His path towards being drug-free was long and difficult, and now the clean actor founded a rehab center for drug addicts and alcoholics. Finally, millions of Friends got the reunion with Matthew Perry, Jennifer Aniston, David Schwimmer, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, and Courtney Cox. Well, that's all for today. Leave us a like and comment and let me know which favorite celebrity actor or actress you think has actually aged well. And we'll see you again next time.